Can I be honest with you for a moment? Not harsh, not unkind, just honest, the way a real friend would be. The kind of friend who actually tells you the truth because she respects you too much to stay quiet. That outfit you put on this morning, the one you chose specifically because you thought it would minimize your tummy, it may not be doing what you think it is doing. This is a space for women over 50 who are done shrinking, done hiding, done wearing whatever is on the sale rack and hoping it works. You deserve to get dressed in the morning and feel genuinely beautiful. Not just acceptable, not just covered up, beautiful. So today we are going deep into one of the most requested topics in this community: how to dress a fuller midsection with elegance, intention, and real confidence. We are talking pants, tops, dresses, skirts, and the layering secrets that change everything. And stay with me, because later in this video I am going to share something that most women never think about. The one foundational mistake that is quietly working against every outfit you wear, no matter how carefully you chose it. Now, let us get into it. Here is the first thing I want you to understand, and I want you to really let this settle. Having a fuller midsection does not limit your style. It simply means you need to dress with a little more strategy. So let us begin where most women go wrong first. The bottom half, pants, and specifically the one style that most women dismiss without giving it a real chance: pleated pants. I already know what just happened. Some of you tensed up a little. You are thinking, pleats? Do those not add bulk? That is one of the most common assumptions in fashion, and it has kept too many women in the wrong trousers for too long. Here is what is actually true. Pleats that sit just below the waist do not add bulk. They create structure. They give your body breathing room without making you look shapeless. They defy you for waistline rather than drawing attention to your midsection. When you see a woman in a well-fitted pair of pleated trousers, she looks intentional, polished, like someone who understands her body and dresses accordingly. Compare that to flat front pants worn too tight across the midsection. The fabric pulls, the lines are unforgiving, and the more you try to smooth things down, the more attention you draw to exactly what you were trying to avoid. Pleated pants remove all of that tension. Literally and figuratively, your body has room to exist. Your waistline is defined, and you spend the whole day in comfort without sacrificing a single ounce of elegance. If you have never tried a well-fitted pair of pleated trousers, I am telling you now, put them on your list. Now let us talk about flare pants, because these were practically designed with the apple-shaped silhouette in mind. Flare pants hug gently at the waist and through the hip, then open up and flare out below the knee. That movement is doing something very specific and very intentional. It is creating visual balance. It draws the eye downward and outward, away from the midsection, and it adds beautiful feminine shape to your overall silhouette. The goal of dressing well is never to erase parts of yourself. The goal is harmony, balance, creating a silhouette that feels proportional and graceful. Flare pants are one of the most effective tools for doing exactly that. They work beautifully with a fitted blouse, a long-line blazer, or a flowing tunic. And they come in enough fabrics and styles now that you can take them from a morning errand to an elegant evening out. And now for the part of this conversation that I know some of you need to hear. Low-rise jeans. I am saying this with complete warmth and zero judgment. But for most women over 50 with a fuller midsection, low-rise jeans are simply not your friend. They sit at the most vulnerable point of your torso. They offer no real coverage or support, and they create that uncomfortable, unflattering muffin top effect that has you adjusting your waistband all day long. You deserve better than that. High-waisted jeans sit above your natural waistline. They contain and smooth your midsection beautifully. They eliminate the muffin top, and they give you a clean, defined line through your torso that makes every top you pair them with look more intentional. For women over 50, high-waisted is not a trend. It is a philosophy. It is choosing fit, comfort, and elegance over a silhouette that was not designed for your body in the first place. Now, I want to hear from you. Are you still holding on to your low-rise jeans? Drop a comment and be honest. There is no judgment here. This community does not do that. We just tell the truth and help each other do better. The great pants debate. Slim fit versus wide leg. Fashion experts genuinely disagree on this, and I want to give you my honest perspective. Some will tell you that if you have a fuller upper body, you should only wear slim fit pants to show off your legs. Others insist that wide leg is always better for balance. Both sides make a reasonable argument, and in my view, both sides are also incomplete. Here is what I actually believe. You can wear both. What matters is what you are trying to achieve on any given day and how you want to feel when you walk out of the door. Want to show off a beautiful pair of legs? Slim fit works. Want to create visual balance across your full silhouette? Reach for wide leg, flared, or palazzo styles. And here is a styling principle I want you to keep with you. Darker tones on top, lighter tones on the bottom. It is simple. It is free. And it works by drawing the eye downward, visually slimming the upper body, and creating a longer, leaner line overall. But I also want to say something that does not get said enough. High-waisted pants are often presented as the universal answer for every woman with a fuller midsection. And while they are genuinely excellent for most women, they are not the right answer for everyone. Some body proportions actually look and feel better in a mid-rise cut. The waistband placement depends on your torso length, your hip placement, and how you carry your weight. So please, experiment. Try different rises, try different cuts, try different lengths. Your body is specific. Your proportions are your own. Tell me in the comments, do you prefer high waist or mid-rise? I genuinely want to know what works for the women in this community. Now let us talk about tops, because this is where I see the most well-intentioned mistakes being made. Length and fit are everything. Your tops should reach down to your hips, not your waist, your hips. They should be close-fitting without being tight. The fabric should follow the shape of your body without clinging to every curve. That distinction, following versus clinging, is one of the most important things you can learn about dressing your body well. And I need to speak plainly about boxy tops, because I see this constantly and it breaks my style-loving heart. Boxy tops are not hiding anything. I know that is why so many women reach for them. The logic makes sense. If the fabric is loose, it must be concealing. But what boxy tops actually do is add volume exactly where you do not need it and make your silhouette look undefined and shapeless. They are not minimizing your midsection. They are making it the visual center of your entire outfit. Instead, choose tops that create a long, lean line. Tops that fall just slightly below your waistline have a beautiful lengthening effect on your torso. They give your body shape without imposing shape on it. And here is a rule I want you to carry with you every single time you get dressed. The eye lands where the hem ends. Read that again. The eye lands where the hem ends. That means if your top finishes right at the widest part of your body, that is precisely where attention goes. Raise the hem above that point or drop it below. Either works, but never let it end exactly where you most want to avoid drawing attention. Once you understand that principle, getting dressed changes completely. Peplum tops, beloved by stylists everywhere. But here is what they almost never tell you. Peplum tops are one of the most consistently recommended styles for women with a fuller midsection, and they deserve that recommendation. When worn correctly, they are genuinely flattering. They define the waist, create shape, and add a touch of femininity to any outfit. The problem is the word correctly. Most women wearing peplum tops are wearing them in the wrong length for their specific proportions. And when the proportions are off, the peplum does not flatter, it emphasizes. Here is what you need to know. The seam of a peplum top must sit at your natural waist, not higher, not lower. Your natural waist. That is the point where the top should transition into the flare. If it sits too high or too low, the whole effect is lost. The peplum itself should be proportioned to your figure. A shorter peplum on a woman with wider hips will actually exaggerate the hip width rather than balance it. The hem of the peplum needs to fall just above the fullest part of your hip, or just slightly below your tummy, to create the right visual effect. If you are short-waisted, look for a peplum where the seam sits slightly lower than your natural waist. If you are long-waisted, the seam should sit slightly higher. And if you are petite, stay away from peplum styles that are too long. They will overwhelm your frame rather than enhance it. Proportion is everything. And the more you understand your own proportions, the more effortless getting dressed becomes. Tunic tops, jackets, and the art of layering. Tunic tops are a beautiful option for women with fuller midsections, especially when they are made from chiffon or other softly flowing fabrics. They create movement. They give your silhouette a soft, feminine quality, and they are incredibly versatile. Layer a tunic with a long, open cardigan, and you have an outfit that feels both effortless and considered. That combination, flowing fabric with a structured layer over it, is one of the most flattering things you can wear. When it comes to jackets, the rule is the same as everything else. Avoid boxy cuts. A boxy jacket adds width and volume across your torso. Instead, look for jackets that skim past your midsection and finish right at your hip bone. That length creates beautiful balance. It lengthens your torso visually and creates a clean, elegant line from your shoulders all the way down. A well-chosen jacket can transform an ordinary outfit into something that looks entirely intentional. Do not underestimate it. Dresses. And the secret I promised you at the beginning of this video. When it comes to dresses, the most flattering styles for a fuller midsection are those where the narrowest point sits just below the bust. Empire waist dresses fall into this category, and they are genuinely one of the most universally flattering silhouettes for this body type. An empire waist dress does not fight your body. It works with it. It skims over your midsection without clinging, creates a defined line under the bust, and allows the fabric to flow naturally over the rest of your figure. It is elegant, it is comfortable, and it works for a remarkable range of body types. But now, the secret. The thing that is silently working against every outfit you wear, no matter how carefully chosen, no matter how perfectly fitted on the hanger. Your undergarments. Specifically, a bra that does not fit properly. If your bra is not providing real lift and proper support, no dress, no top, no carefully selected outfit will look the way it is supposed to look. The foundation of your silhouette is not your clothes. It is what is underneath them. A bra that fits correctly lifts your bust, creates space between your bust and your waist, and gives your entire torso a longer, more defined line. When that lift is missing, everything shifts downward. Your waist disappears. Your midsection looks fuller, and your clothes, no matter how beautiful, cannot compensate for what the foundation is failing to provide. The same is true of your underwear. When undergarments do not fit correctly, they create lines, bulges, and compression in the wrong places. Your skin's nowhere to go. And suddenly the outfit you spent time choosing is not working, and you genuinely cannot figure out why. Proper undergarments are not a luxury or an afterthought. They are foundational. Literally. They are the structure on which every outfit you wear is built. I want to do a full, dedicated video on undergarments for women over 50 because this topic alone could transform how your clothes fit and how you feel in them. Tell me in the comments if that is something you want to see. If the response is what I think it will be, we are making that video soon. Skirts. The final piece of your style foundation. The most flattering skirt styles for a fuller midsection share a few common qualities. They sit high at the waist. They have a defined waistline, and the fabric flows rather than clings. High-waisted flared skirts, A-line skirts, maxi skirts, and wrap skirts in flowing fabrics are all excellent choices. They create movement, they balance your proportions naturally, and they draw the eye away from your midsection simply by giving it somewhere more beautiful to land. The principle is consistent across all of these styles. Waist definition, flowing fabric, and length that creates elegance rather than restriction. Once you internalize those three things, skirt shopping becomes a completely different experience. Let me bring this home for you. Everything we have talked about today comes back to one central idea. Dressing a fuller midsection is not about hiding. It is about harmony. It is about understanding your body well enough to dress it with intention, to highlight what you love, and to create a silhouette that feels balanced, beautiful, and entirely yours. You do not need shapeless clothes. You do not need to disappear into dark, formless fabric and hope no one looks too closely. You are allowed to wear color. You are allowed to wear prints. You are allowed to take up space and look extraordinary while doing it. Confidence is not something you put on after you find the perfect outfit. Confidence is what happens when the clothes you are wearing actually work with your body instead of against it. When your silhouette feels balanced. When you are not tugging at your hem or adjusting your waistband or wondering if people are noticing the wrong thing. When all of that falls away, what is left is you. And you, dressed with intention and elegance, are a striking and beautiful thing. That is what Golden Ebony Lifestyle is here to help you become. Not a different woman, not a smaller woman, just the fullest, most confident, most beautifully expressed version of the woman you already are. If this conversation gave you something real today, please like this video. It helps more women find this community, and that is always the goal. Subscribe to Golden Ebony Lifestyle if you have not already, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a video. Until next time, keep living fully, keep dressing boldly, and keep showing this world exactly what a golden ebony woman looks like. See you in the next one.